What's going on, Game Changers? We are back. NFL Divisional Round 2023 playoffs. We're excited. If you guys didn't check out our last video, we did the wild card round, and we did pretty good. I think we both went 4-2.
Both went 4-2. Matt went 3-3.
Matt went 3-3, and unfortunately, Matt couldn't make it today. That's fine, though. His picks are going to be in the description, so make sure you check it out. Also, we're on Patreon, so if you want to support the page financially, it'd be a huge blessing. Just check out the description as well. You will see the Patreon link there. And guys, listen, we love the NFL. We love doing these videos, so we're going to continue. This week, we have 4 games, and they're going to be some exciting games. So we're just going to run through these. I'm going to start each of the picks, and then Nick will finish. So we're going to get right into it. So first game up is going to be the Jaguars. They're going to Kansas City. This game, for me, is the easiest pick, and the reason why is because one team is very experienced in the playoffs, and the other team is not. And one team is home that is very experienced, and one team is away going to the place. So for me, I got Kansas City. I think they're going to the experience is going to come through, coaching experience as well. Not saying that Doug Peterson doesn't have it, because he does, but Andy Reid is just always in this position. He's been blessed with Patty Mahomes, which actually helps as well. And overall, I just think the Chiefs are just built for this time of the year. So I got the Chiefs winning this game. I think the Jags are going to start off pretty hot, because they played last week, and I think there's going to be a little bit of rust with the Kansas City Chiefs. But overall, they're just going to take over, and the wheels are going to just start grinding, and they're going to win the game. Nick, who do you got?
So for this one, yeah, it's going to be interesting because the Chiefs, ever since Mahomes became the quarterback, has always been in an AFC Championship game.
Crazy.
Now, for this game, if the Chiefs get bounced from the AFC Championship game, I would be shocked.
Yeah,
I would honestly be shocked. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has had a great season. The Jaguars overall have had a great season. What a turnaround it's been with the coach and everything. But for this, you have to give it to Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, all those guys. Experience, yeah. It's it would be interesting to see how the game goes, because I do think Jaguars are going to start off hot, but then I think the Chiefs are just going to pull away.
100%.
Another interesting thing to keep in mind as well is the Jaguars and the Chiefs since 2017 have always been to an AFC Championship game, at least one of those teams.
Wow, that's pretty interesting.
It's
my man's been doing his homework. I love it.
I always try, but one of those teams is going to go into 2023 into the AFC Championship, and it's wow, you look at all of that. So I would say, Patrick Mahomes is going to go to his 5th straight AFC Championship game. Like I said, I would be shocked if it was otherwise.
Yeah. And I hate to say it, but listen, the NFL wants to see Bills and Chiefs again. So I think that's going to be the pick. I think that's going to be the team that moves on. And then, like I said, we'll get Matty Ice's pick. It'll be in this description, so make sure you check it out. So, all right, the next game. This one's exciting because it's from my hometown, and then also Nick's favorite team in the NFL. We got the Giants traveling to Philadelphia to play the Eagles. For me, I had the Eagles going to the Super Bowl. So for me, I got the Eagles winning this game. I think it's going to be pretty close. The first game that they played against each other, the Eagles blew out the Giants. But then the second one, Jalen Hurts finally came back. They needed that game, and the Giants rested a lot of their starters, so it was a lot closer, which is crazy because the Giants rested their starters, and Jalen Hurts was back, but obviously a little bit of rust going on there. So I think this game's going to be kind of in between the first 2 games. I think it's going to be pretty close, but not as close as that second game. So for me, I got the Eagles. I think they're one of the most complete teams in the NFL. And I think they're just going to come through, and they're gonna beat the Giants. So, Nick, who do you got?
So for this game, like I said, it's the 3rd time these teams play each other.
Here we go.
So, you know what they say. It's challenging to beat a team 2 times. It's so tough to beat a team 3 times. But then the argument is the Niners have done it. So it's you can see both sides of the coin. But for this one, I think it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
And so for this one, Giants.
My man, pick the Giants. Here we go.
The Giants. That's right. I mean, look at what they did last week against the Vikings.
Yeah.
It's who would have thought that the way Daniel Jones played and the way they were so efficient on offense. Now, I will say the Vikings have not been good on defense this season, so that certainly helps them. The Eagles are far better defense than the Vikings are. But for this one, I look at momentum. You look at what the Giants did in 2007, 2011, where they won those Super Bowls. They were out matched every single game, but they still pulled it off. I'm just looking at that Giants magic that they have, because look at what Brian Dable has done. It's that dude's a magician with everything he's done. So it's you look at the magical run that they're on right now. I think it's going to continue. And plus, you just look at what Jalen Hurts is doing and stuff like that. He still has that shoulder injury and stuff. Still something to look out for. But I do think it's going to be a grind out game. But I mean, my team has done so good this season. So you know what? It's one of those things where I usually go head over heart, but for this one, I have to go heart over head in this one.
You read my mind.
It's like I have to go with the Giants in this one. Like, man, it's so tough for me to pick the Eagles in this game, but nah, I'm going Giants.
He's going Giants, my man. All right, this is great because now we're going to be different in our picks, which is a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, Nick is going to get it wrong, so Eagles are going to move on to the NFC Championship. So he's forgetting the one main ingredient when he brought up the old teams. Eli Manning retired, so listen, Daniel Jones just is not going to get it done. Here's my key to the game while we're on this game since we picked different. The Eagles' front four on defense is disgusting. They're huge, so Barkley is going to have to get out. I think he's going to have to get to the outside if he's going to be playing a factor. I think in the passing game, if they can get him going in the passing game, the game will be a lot closer. Daniel Jones, I don't think he's going to run all over the Eagles. I just don't see it happening. This could be a low-scoring game because both defenses are pretty good. But we'll see, man. This is one of the more exciting games of the weekend, in my opinion. I think it's going to be great. So, but again, I think actually, I'm going to save this. I'm not going to say, I'm not going to spoil it, but you might know where I'm going with this. So, All right, now we're going to move on to Sunday. The first game Sunday, this one is going to have a lot of emotion in it. It's going to be the Bengals going to the Bills. And I'm excited for this game because we all know what happened in the last game, the tragic incident that happened with Damar Hamlin, but also beauty from it. He is doing a lot better now. Obviously, he's not going to play in the game, but I hope he's at the game. I think it'd be an amazing thing. It's really cool to see how America came together through that tragedy. But I think this game is going to be electric. I think it's going to be very high scoring. This is going to be a fun one too. But for me, I got the Bills. Again, they're playing for more than just the game. They're going to be playing for Damar Hamlin, and I think that's going to give them the extra oomph. And also just Josh Allen, he's going to get to a Super Bowl. And I think this is one of those years where he is going to get to a Super Bowl. So that kind of spoils next week. But I got the Bills beating the Bengals in a high-scoring game. Nick, who do you got?
So for me, this is actually the toughest pick of all four games because it's like you can't really base off anything of what happened in the first game because it looked like the Bengals could have won that game. They had that early touchdown, and then the Bills got a field goal, and then with what happened to Damar Hamlin. So it's like the Bengals looked like they were on a roll against the Bills. But for this one, it's at Buffalo, and like I said, I've been flipping back and forth with this. Like, the Bills and Bengals each went against a backup quarterback in their wild card games, and if you look at it, it's like they won by one possession, so they didn't really like flash, or they didn't really like outstand anybody. So for this one, it's a really tough pick, but I mean, I have to go with the Bills. I think the Bengals have had a great season, but I think like the Bills are gonna somehow come together through this Damar Hamlin situation, and they're gonna use that as momentum, especially if he's there, and then it's at home. And I'm definitely thinking like the game with the Bills and the Chiefs, that's going to be a neutral site game, so that's going to be an exciting game as well.
That's a good point.
But for this one, I'm going with Bills. Just I think they have more riding on them to win than the Bengals do.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think there's a couple factors too. The Bengals' offensive line is just getting depleted. They're very banged up. So even if some of them are playing, they're going to be playing banged up. So I think that's going to be an issue. Any word on Von Miller coming back?
Von Miller, I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, so he's probably not back yet. But again, like I said, the Bills and what Nick said too, they have so much going into this game. And normally that plays it's more of a negative than a positive. But I think what happened and how Damar Hamlin is doing better now, I think it's a positive. I think they're just going to be rocking and rolling like they did the game after the incident. I mean, those kickoff returns were insane, and for it to happen the way it happened, I think they're going to be really fired up for this game, and I think they take it, again, in a high-scoring game. So, all right, we're moving along. We're moving fast in this video, but we're moving into the final game of the weekend. It's going to be the Cowboys going to the 49ers. This game is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be bonkers. The 49ers just look like a well-oiled machine. With Brock Purdy. I almost said Scott Purdy. I don't know why. But with Brock Purdy, he's just come in and he's looked like a veteran quarterback. He's doing amazing. It's a beautiful thing what he's doing with the team. He reminds me of Jimmy G, where he can just manage a game. But he's got a little bit of extra flair, like a little bit of extra oomph as well. And then the Cowboys just destroyed the Bucs last Monday. So if the Cowboys play like they do against the Bucs this past Monday, I think they take the game, and I think they are going to play that way. So for me, I think the Cowboys are going to beat the 49ers. I just have the craziest feeling. It's going to be tough, too, because they're going over to San Fran to play San Fran, who is just on fire right now. You could argue they're probably right now, down the stretch, the best team in the NFL. So it's going to be one of those bonker games that I don't have a true explanation why I'm picking the Cowboys. But like I said, I just think that they're going to play like they played last week, and they're just going to put it to the 49ers. So, Nick, who do you got?
Yeah, so the Cowboys did play good against the Bucs. I was actually watching the game, and I'm just like, well, everybody's playing good except for Brett Maher. It's like,
yeah, except for the kicker. Yeah, exactly.
Like 4 missed field goals, missed extra points. It's like, has that ever happened before?
Crazy. I don't think so. There's no way. There's no way.
It's like,
especially in a playoff game.
It's like, did Tom Brady tip him off or something like that? Like, hey,
yeah.
keep me in the game here, and I'll give you something. But yeah, then the Niners, the way they played, they basically, like, it was close throughout, like, I'd say 3 quarters, and then the Niners just pulled away.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, wouldn't it be kind of silly of me to like pick against the team that I chose to go to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's like,
that's
why
true.
on earth would I pick the Cowboys in this game?
100%.
I'm going with the Niners. They're my pick to go to the Super Bowl before the playoffs started. I have to roll with them, and I'm pretty confident about it because it's like they've played not just against like bad or mediocre teams. They've handed it to really good teams.
Yeah.
So it's like they're just a complete team. Like, you could argue that like the quarterback is not like the top tier, obviously, because
he's playing like
he's playing like it, but it's like that's how well the team is.
Yeah.
That's how amazing the team is. It's like you can put pretty much any quarterback in there, like almost every, and then they would just be on fire.
Yeah.
It's like, look at on offense and on defense. It's like the Cowboys, they played great against the Bucs. They definitely exposed them. So it's like the Cowboys are good on offense, and obviously on defense they got Micah Parsons and stuff, but the way I see it is the Niners have just too much firepower in them for them to go down to the Cowboys, and they're at home at San Fran.
Yeah,
and
that's key.
Then plus the other thing too is we remember what happened last year when the Niners played the Cowboys. That call at the end of the game.
Yeah.
I think it's like McCarthy is he could like have the ghosts of his past and stuff coming after him. Like maybe he'll like mess up on a play call here and there, and it's like, uh-oh, am I going to be online to get fired again? Uh-oh. And so for this one, like I said, Niners are my Super Bowl pick, and I'm sticking with them. Niners.
There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, it's again, I hope this isn't happening in the NFL, but betting is getting really big, and they want to see exciting games. What is more exciting than Eagles Cowboys NFC's championship game? So that's one of the reasons why I'm saying, hey, Cowboys might pull this off. But again, I hope I'm wrong. I hope games are pure and they're super transparent. But you never know. You never know. So
I know a better pick: the Niners and the Giants. That's an even better NFC championship.
Nah, definitely not for this guy. So,
yeah.
So our NFC picks are different, but our AFC picks are the same.
Yep.
So guys, listen again. Check out the video from last week. We'll put it at the end of this video. So if you're still rocking with us, you'll see it at the end. It'll pop up. And then next week we'll be getting into the championship games, the AFC and the NFC championship games, and then we will predict the Super Bowl as well. Guys, if you like the page, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, continue to follow the page, continue to follow the journey. Give God the glory in every video that we do. Check out the description. Our boy Matty Ice wasn't here for this week, so you'll see his picks in the description. Also, go over to Patreon, support the page. We'll love you forever. God bless. Catch you on the next video. Bye.
Oh, snap.